Hello, and thank you for watching The Righteous Kitchen, a cooking and baking blog found at www.therighteouskitchen.blogspot.com. Today I am putting together a quick and simple stir-fry recipe. Now I've been eating this for the last week or so. It's very good, and it helps to use up some of that Spam that you bought to put in for your emergency food storage in your pantry. So I think the coronavirus got everybody in a panic, and they were all stocking up their pantry with canned foods. And for a long time you couldn't get Spam. So now you're thinking, what am I actually going to do with it where it's going to taste good? And this stir-fry recipe, I think you're gonna like. So what I have here is I have the Spam. I have about 3 rings of pineapple that I've just chopped. I have about 8 ounces of button mushrooms that I halved. I have a zucchini. I'm just gonna go ahead and quickly chop that. And I like these kind of chunky, a nice chunky texture for the stir fry. I have half of a small onion, and I'm just gonna go ahead and give that a quick chop. And then I have the luncheon meat. So you're gonna go ahead and chop this as well. Now, if you don't have luncheon meat, you know, you could always use chicken. You could use kielbasa. That's good. That's what I usually would use. But I wanted to be able to use the Spam and have a good recipe for the Spam, you know, that tasted good. And this is it. So this is all the prep that's involved. And over to this side, I've already cooked a bowl of white rice. And it is just hanging out on the stove. It'll be ready when the stir fry is done. So when I started getting everything out, I went ahead and heated up my grill so it's nice and hot. So I'm going to shift the camera over to the griddle, and then we'll go ahead and start frying this up. Okay, the griddle is nice and hot. It's on a high heat, and I'm just oiling it. And I have this on about a 350. It was on 300, and I'm going to bump it up to 350. And I use the griddle so that you can get a really close-up view of what is happening on this griddle. So we have everything ready. And I'm going to fry this up in a couple of batches because I don't want to overcrowd this pan. And I'm not even going to season this. The Spam has a ton of salt, and I don't really want to add anything else to it. And at the end, I'm going to make a Teriyaki Thick Sauce. That's what I'm calling it. It's going to go over the top of this. I could put some more in here. I think that's good enough. Everything needs to be able to breathe here and get fried. We don't want any steam action going on. So while this cooks, I'm just going to have it off to the side And I want to show you, this is the really good component to this, is this teriyaki thick sauce. Now it's kind of like a yum yum sauce or something that you would get at teppanyaki. And I have just discovered Blue Plate mayonnaise. It's very good. I really like it. I'm a Hellmann's or a Best Food type person, but this Blue Plate is very good. I live in California and it's a little bit hard. It's not in our local stores, but Amazon came through on that. All right, so I have about 1/3 cup of the mayonnaise. And this is going to be to your liking. That's probably 3 tablespoons of the Yoshido's Marinade and cooking sauce, original sweet teriyaki. This is a great sauce. I really love it. But when you make it to this thick mayonnaise sauce and drizzle it over the stir fry, it's super delicious. It's got a really nice umami, sweet, savory component that goes with the stir fry and the rice. It's just out of bounds, as Guy Fieri would say, out of bounds. Just really elevates the whole dish. So on this sauce, it's going to be, I would say, 1/3 cup. And this is going to be for several servings. 1/3 cup of the mayonnaise and 3 tablespoons of the teriyaki. So I have this mixed up and I'm going to go ahead and refrigerate this while my stir fry is sizzling away. So we'll get this back over here. Give this a nice stir. You want to kind of break up the onions so that they can cook through. There we go. Now this Spam is going to get a really nice brown coloring on it. Okay, the Spam has caramelized really beautifully and the vegetables have softened up. So these are done. This is my first batch. I'm going to make another batch after this, but I can go ahead and show you how I do the plating. So let me just get the sauce and then I'll bring the rice over also. So you would just take this and put it in a bowl. And then just do the same exact thing for the rest of the ingredients. So just oil it again. Get it nice and hot. And everything right over to the hot griddle. I'll go ahead and move this over to the side so that I can show you how to plate this. Okay, so we have our rice, and it's nice and hot. We made that first. Make the rice first and just let it hang out on that burner that's been turned off. Just let it sit there while you go on about your business of cooking your dinner. And then just come in here and fluff it up. Look how perfect that is. When you do the simmering, you don't want to get it too high because it'll scorch. And you don't want to go, much more than 15 minutes because you'll overcook it. All right, so we have our rice. I'm gonna put it in the bowl. Let me get a bigger spoon. All right, there's the rice. Now get some tongs for the stir fry portion. I'm still over here cooking that second batch, so I'll give it a quick turn. All right, we've got our rice. I'm going to get a little bit of everything. Make sure you got plenty of the Spam on there. All right. And then the part that really makes this is the Teriyaki Thick Sauce. So you just drizzle it right over the top. This sauce is very addictive. You're going to want it on everything. But look at this. This is a delicious way to use up that Spam that you bought for emergency purposes, but you don't want to end up getting stuck with it. Isn't that beautiful? A beautiful Spam stir fry with a thick teriyaki sauce. And I'll come over and get a picture of that. Try this recipe. Comment how you liked it. And right now, my mom asked me if I would pick her up some Panda Express, but I think she would like this. So, I still might get her the Panda Express, but I'm going to take her this bowl right here and see what she thinks about it. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share.